Hi everyone, Evie here, the Greek goddess of great reading. Pardon the wet hair, there's only so many times in this city and country that I don't look disgusting with sweat, and one of those times just happens to be right after I take a shower. Wet hair it is for this review. Today I will be reviewing Driven by Eve Silver. In the harsh northern waste, where human life is worth little, ice trekker Raina Bowen has learned to keep her eyes open and her knife close at hand. She spent her life on the run, one step ahead of the megalomaniac who hunts her. All she wants is to stay out of trouble and haul her load of grain to Gladow Station. But trouble finds her in the form of a sexy stranger called Wizard. He has the trucking pass she needs, and she has to drag him out of a brawl with the very people she's trying to hide from in order to get it. She may have rescued him, but Rayna's not foolish enough to see Wizard as anything close to helpless. He's hard and honed and full of secrets, secrets that may destroy them both. As they race across the waste, trying to outrun rival truckers, ice pirates, and the powerful man bent on their destruction, Rayna's forced to admit that trouble's found her. And this time, there's nowhere left to run. Oh my gosh, this book was crazy. I received a big sort of pack of post-apocalyptic novels featuring female characters, and from Eve Silver actually, in a contest once again. So the next few will be post-apocalyptic stories featuring female characters. The next few reviews will be just like that. And Raina Bowen is certainly a heroine that is quite badass. She knows how to fight, she knows how to rough a man up quite a bit, but she's also quite scared and sensitive, and you see some of those sides to her in this story when she comes across certain situations that bring up past fears of her, because she is trying to run away from this man. His name escapes me at the moment, but he is pretty much the villain of the plot, the main villain. Oh right, his name is Duncan Bain. I had to go through a whole bunch of parts in the book before I finally found his name again. But Duncan Bain is a crazy psychopath, so you don't really want to cross him, and Rayna is trying to keep away from him. Wizard is... I didn't think of him in my head as quite such a sexy character as he's later on depicted, because Rayna rescues him because he seems like he's being kind of an idiot when we first come across him, like standing up to a whole bunch of really big ice truckers, like a large group of them, and he's all by himself, and he's not very he doesn't look very big, he doesn't look that impressive, so Rayna thinks of him as kind of an idiot and decides to rescue him, and that's where all the trouble starts. I really liked the landscape of the book because it's kind of like northern Canada, just it's really cold, and obviously this is post-apocalypse. I don't know what exactly occurred for the earth to end up like that, but it's very clear that a lot of the landscape occurs in northern Canada. There are some hints throughout the book as you read it. I really like the romance between Rayna and Wizard. It was, let's just say this book is not PG-13. This book is R-rated. So, sex scenes. And I've never really read a book like that because I always kind of think those are Harlequin type romances, and I don't know if this is a Harlequin novel, but it was pretty interesting. I don't really know what else to say about that without getting into too much detail, but let's just say Eve Silver is a good writer. Yeah. Moving on. There weren't that many other side characters that were very sort of at the forefront of the novel. It was mainly a Rayna and Wizard story. They do come across some of the rebels who are trying to fight against the government and against Duncan Bain near the end of the book, and they a few of them are there. One of them has a special relationship with Wizard that gives Rayna a bit of jealousy, but for no cause, as you will find out if you read the book. I really loved Wizard's sort of attitude. He's very literal and doesn't understand sarcasm or jokes, and he's almost like a robot. Rayna thinks that he might be a robot or something of that effect for the longest time in the book, but it's clear that he is quite human, but there were just some circumstances in his past that don't allow him to really have that freedom of expression and create sort of this logical thinking within his brain that is always on and always going. So one of the compliments, because him and Rayna are kind of hanging out, and she says to him, "I want gifts, compliments, romance," and he starts to like, it's just these are his compliments he gives her. "Your eyes are proportional to your face." Like, what? I guess that's a compliment. Funny thing is, it's a compliment to him. He thinks that's a compliment because he appreciates that her eyes are proportional to her face, and that's pretty about her. But I really loved his character. He seemed he seemed so mature and jaded at points because of his past, but when he kind of doesn't get Rayna's humor or the like jabs she makes at him and insults she makes at him, he kind of seems like a child. So he has these two very different sides to him because of that, and it's really interesting to see the play between them, because at one point you think, oh, he's such a strong man, and then in the next maybe chapter or next couple of pages you hear him you read about him not understanding something so simple to you and I, and you're like, oh, he's like a child that doesn't understand sarcasm. It's kind of funny. Once again, I got this book as an ebook from Eve Silver. I really enjoyed it, Miss Silver. Thank you for providing me with a copy of it. There is a sort of sequel to it. It doesn't contain exactly the story of Wizard and Rayna, but it contains a story of another character that is close to them and is mentioned throughout Driven. The next book is called Hidden. If you want to pick that up as well to continue, I might do that because I did like the first book, so I might pick up Hidden eventually and read it as well. I highly recommend you guys pick up Driven by Eve Silver on Amazon.ca.com or anywhere where her ebooks are sold. If you guys have read Driven by Eve Silver, let me know what you thought about the book in the comments. If you guys heart Wizard as much as I do, because I certainly love him. My Twitter and my website are linked in my bio. Hit subscribe. I'm going to point this way this time and hope that that's the right one. Hit subscribe if you like my channel, want to see more from me. I'm Evie, the Greek Goddess of Great Reading, and until next time, guys, keep reading.